Cameras, are we rolling? Yep. All good to go? Guys, Prasidh, Krishna with us. As usual, one question at a time. Who wants to go?
Prasidh, can you describe what happened at lunch? Because the phase before lunch and after lunch, in terms of bowling, line and lengths and attitude on the field, it was completely different. So the pep talk in dressing room, what happened? And what was the plan? Like after the lunch, what happened? What corrections did you make?
Firstly, I think as a team we knew what happened before lunch, and the three fast bowlers, I think we got together in a small corner and decided, what's happened has happened, and all of us know what we need to be doing, and we just said every time we are on the field at the mark, we trust each other enough, go speak to each other, tell them if you're not on the right track, bring your mate back in track, and just make sure you're bowling the right lines and take it from there. And as a team as well, we spoke about the same thing, like if the next 2 hours, if we can show some body language, I think it's going to make a big difference, and it made a big difference.
Prasidh, what happened there between you and Joe Root? Can you please tell us?
Well, it was a very small thing. I think it was just a competitive edge amongst us that was coming out. Both of us are good mates off the field. It was just a little bit of a banter, and both of us enjoyed it, I think.
Prasidh, unlike the last 4 pitches, this one has a lot of life in it for fast bowlers we have seen. But when someone plays like the way Ben Duckett plays or Jack Crowley plays, what is the counter as a bowling unit do you guys feel at to counter that kind of game?
Yeah, I think they are playing a lot of shots, and as a bowling unit, it's very hard for us to keep bowling the same areas, knowing they're going to do all kinds of things and try to score runs. But that's the challenge in itself. If you can still come there and know what your lengths and lines are and keep bowling the same good balls again and again, I think it's a matter of time, and that's the challenge, to be able to bowl the good lengths in spite of the aggressive intent of the batsman.
Prasidh, just want to ask, can you talk about the challenges, because the conditions were damp, and you said the same thing in Headingley also, that the seam of the ball is getting wet time after time, and the hair also. Were you facing that kind of challenge?
Well, I think it was a short game for us. We bowled about 50 overs in total. Yeah, especially when the rain poured a little bit, every time there was ball that was going on the ground, it was getting wet, and I think that's something that we need to get used to. I said that in game 1, I think it's game 5, so we've seen more than 20 days of cricket. We know what to expect from the ball, especially when there's rain around, so I think we're pretty used to it now.
Prasidh, obviously you and Siraj get along really well from your IPL time. And given this series has been a lot about Bumrah playing and not playing, how do you plan your series going around that? But obviously you want to bowl in tandem, that's what you've been talking about, bowling partnerships, but that gets disrupted a bit when this uncertainty around Bumrah. How the rest of you work around it?
Not at all. So Bumrah playing, not playing, I think all of us as fast bowlers or in general bowlers have spent a lot of time with each other on and off the field, and we know what each one has to be doing when their chance comes up, and I think it still remains the same. Him playing, him not playing, I think as bowlers we know what our roles are. Him being there, obviously what he brings into the picture, and when he's not there, as bowlers I know what challenge it is to step up every single time you have the ball in your hand.
You play the first 2 games and you follow the team orders of bowling a bit short, and there was sort of an unfair criticism from the outside who pretty much didn't understand the tactics there. And then you didn't get picked for the next 2 games, and finally you are. So how hard was it for you that missing those 2 matches, because you did something what the team wanted, and then inevitably because of that you missed the games?
Well, I think I've been picked here because I can do the job that the team asked me to do. I'm definitely being backed by the dressing room or whatever. Me not playing the next 2 games also enables me to go back to the drawing board and do what I have been doing in a better way. If I can bowl the lengths better than what I did, if every part of my skill increases by 5% or 10% when I'm not playing, I'm happy to do that. And every time I come onto the field, I'm here to do the job for the team, and if it means that they ask me to do a certain thing and I get criticism from the outside, it's totally okay, because firstly criticism and praise is very, very dependent on performance, and for me in life it's not about the performance, it's about the process that you follow when you want to play for the country.
So can you talk a couple of things about there was a couple of times when Siraj came and was obviously saying the simple things possibly in your ear just to kind of calm you down, or just to ask you to focus, just tell us what he shared at some point in that first spell, and more importantly in the afternoon spell where you bowled quite a intense spell, can you talk about especially the thing, the duel you had with Root? What was the plan? And you seem to be enjoying, and you could see the intensity in your bowling, and it seemed really nice from outside. If you can talk in your own words.
Yeah, firstly about Siraj and I think both of us know each other for quite some time now, spent a lot of time with each other, and it's something that we always do. Every time we're playing, we're at mid-on and mid-off each other. We talk to them, either say you've been doing well or this is the plan, make sure you stick to your plan. And it's just a small pep talk or just reminding the plans that we've come out of the field with. That's number one. And the second one, yeah, I think that's just who I am when I'm bowling, when I'm enjoying. I try and enjoy it. Bowling, if it means that I have a bit of a chatter with the batsman, and it does help me when the batsman also is I can get under the nerves and get a reaction from him. And I think, I was just running in well. I enjoyed the way that I was bowling. Maybe a wicket or two there also would have made things better.
Us too.
Prasidh, earlier in the series in particular, when England were chasing in the fourth innings, there was a lot of talk about how much could they chase, and they obviously had that very successful one at Headingley. But how much is the pitch and the conditions here kind of a leveler in England being able to chase big scores, do you think?
I think we've got 3 more days of cricket left. So considering 3 more days, 270 plus overs. So I think it's very early for us to say anything about the pitch. It's just going to be day 3 tomorrow. Get as many runs as possible, bat for however long we can, and then when times comes to pick wickets, and we'll be ready to do that.
Final question.
Prasidh, well bowled. Was it? I don't think we've ever seen Joe react like that to something that's been said to him on the field. Was it a tactic from you guys to try and kind of get him out of his bubble and disrupt him a little bit by saying some words to him?
Yeah, I think that was the plan, but I didn't really expect a couple of words that I said to get such a big reaction from him. But like I said, I love the guy that he is. He's a legend of the game, and for him to come out there, and I think it's great when 2 people are out there wanting to do their best and be a winner at a given moment.
Thank you.
Thank you.